Good morning and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to all participants joining our CATS webinar in our PTT session today. Today we are going to have around 1 hour session with about 30 minutes sharing from our speaker and the rest 30 minutes with Q&A. Make sure you are attending the right session. Before we proceed, I would like to brief a little bit about our speaker. Our speaker today is Mr. Nazrick Eddy. Today he'll delivering the topic leverage the power data to upskill workforce. If you follow our CATS webinar, this is our second time Mr. Nazrick will be sharing his knowledge in our platform. For your information, Mr. Nazrick is a strategic partnership led at the Center of Applied Data Science or CATS, and he's educated from University of Wales, taking Bachelor in Business Information Technology and MBA afterwards. Before we start, I would like to give a reminder to everyone to kindly mute yourself as to reduce noise and other interruptions. We are going to have Q&A session towards the end of our sharing. Please be ready with your questions or drop easily on the chat box. With that, we shall begin our talk today. Mr. Nazrick, you may start your sharing now.
Thank you, for moderator, for the warm welcome. So I'll need some time to share my.
All right, thank you.
Okay, while I'm uploading, how's everybody? Did you have a good raya today? Today, recently.
No, the whole month.
The whole month. Good morning, Prof. Datin, Dr. Namiza. Okay, very good. I love as anybody who joined my session before, I love being interactive. I know apa tu point moderator dah cakap siap-siap dah wait until Q&A at the end of the day, but you can always interact in the chat box. Okay, as usual, I'll be interacting through the webinar, but you guys can give your response in the chat box. Jangan malu-malu, jangan segan. We are here to share knowledge. It's not me teaching ke apa ke. It's sharing knowledge. Okay. Hello, good morning, Sukyan. Hassan, Nurmala, Idawati, good morning. Thank you for the smiley face. The little things. You cakap good morning with smiley face really helps make my day. See, Sukyan dah cakap siap-siap dah. Just type anything here to communicate with each other. No problem. Let's keep this interactive. TS Fit Deal. Sorry. TS Fifth Deal Majuan. Good morning, TS. Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam Syawal semua and a very good morning to everyone joining me in this webinar today. So happy to see so many minds. I think dah dalam about 50 plus, I think, so far. 60, we have 60 today so far. TS, TC is gathering here today. Before we proceed, I would like to thank Dr. Hidayah and her team from MyRef for making today's event reality and the process of making it so smoothly. So far, Team MyRef is awesome. I would like to also thank MBOT through MyRef for giving us this platform where we can gather and share knowledge that could benefit all of us, inshallah. And with that, let's begin today's webinar. Okay, so I am here today to share with all of you about leveraging the power of data to upskill workforce. Okay, I believe the session will take about 45 minutes, maybe longer. Okay, tapi tak apa, let's enjoy each other's company. Then we proceed to the discussion session. Also, if you have any question during the session, my colleague Sukyan can assist you by dropping your questions in the chat box. So anytime apa-apa nak tanya, you can drop in the chat box. So if I sempat, I will interact in the, I will answer the question. If not, I will just run through. Okay, but my colleague will help. Okay, as usual, I like I always do during the beginning of my session, technical aspect kita tolak tepi. Okay, who can tell me what do you think of when you read the words upskilling workforce? Okay, don't need to give me technical punya answer ke apa. What do you think when you hear the words upskilling workforce? Apa dia? Okay. No right or wrong answer. Sharing knowledge, sharing perspective. Okay, you can put your answer in the chat box. Let's interact. Waalaikumsalam, selamat pagi semua. Increase competency, one way, correct? Betul. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Thank you for the answer. Betul. Yes. Improve competency, Prof Datin, betul juga. Okay, the same with what Abdul Rahman said. Okay, betul. Okay, it's a way of, that is one of the many benefits that can come from upskilling workforce. Okay. Okay, let's give it some more time. 2-3 orang lagi who can share your perspective with us today. Selain pada improve competency, what else? Why what is upskilling workforce? Apa dia? Eh? Okay. So tak apa-apa, biasalah awal-awal semua macam malu-malu sikit. Yes, Jehana. Jehana Ermi, thank you. To learn additional skill set to build competence. Okay, itu memang betul. Okay, so basically increase productivity. Mina, thank you so much. Increase productivity and efficiency. So basically upskilling workforce is about providing or provide someone such as an employee with more advanced skills, okay, through additional education and training, or to acquire more advanced skill through additional education and training. Okay, alright, but so power of data tu apa pula? Okay, so power of data is used basically means upskilling the workforce not by guts, not by tradition alone, but based on data analytics to understand the state of the business or market today and where to hit next. So by using data, companies, leaders, they don't upskill or train their workforce using what they feel is right. Okay, but must be based on the power of data. Okay, so this will be explored further in subsequent slides. Okay, so we can move on. Okay, so santai-santai sikit. Just want to share some funny what we are going to discuss today from Dilbert. I'm sure most of you read Dilbert punya comic strip before. So you tengok yang the first one tu. After 8 months, senior management finally approve your project plan. 8 months, It's too late. All of the technology has changed and our competitors have leapfrogged us. Maybe you could write a new plan or we could get the same result by resubmitting this one. So what does it mean from this? Anybody can just, while I'm talking, even if I don't ask, you can put in. What does it mean? Okay, so maksudnya how technology moves so fast, how technology progress very rapidly. So kalau management masih ditakut lama, takes 8 months, 1 year to decide, by then dah terlambat. So other companies, other competitors have moved on, and we are still at the apa tu orang panggil stage zero. Okay, so we are slow. Kau lagi satu, I know what I'm talking about. I have 30 years of experience in this industry. How does that help you understand technology that is 6 months old in a youth-oriented culture? Marah, please don't hit me with your model. Yeah, you see? So sama juga, 30 years, 40 years experience, not to say it is not relevant anymore, but it can be more feasible, apa panggil apa, can be used in today's technology with reskilling, okay, ataupun upskilling. So yes, experience from your 30 years may not be able to be used feasibly during the digital age now. Okay, so Gilbert memang apa tu, it is very light-hearted semua, but actually banyak points that is very relevant to today's apa tu orang panggil state of the business. Okay, right. So I saw there Jehana, Amy, Dilbert. Okay, I have another fan here of Dilbert. Okay, thank you. Alright, so so with that, some briefing for today's webinar. So we will do an introduction, a brief history of data and cats. I will move this very fast. And then we will move on to the leverage, how to leverage the power of data to upskill workforce. And then the trends post-COVID-19, how the job market is after COVID-19. Let's discuss on it further using case study of Handelsbanken and how can you start ways to upskill your workforce. Okay, right. So introduction sikit lah. So from Bernard Ma, kita punya technology expert, I'm sure most of you pernah dengar. Data, like oil, is a source of power, and those who control it are establishing themselves as masters of the universe. Macam He-Man pula. Just as oil barons did years ago. Okay, so yes, oil, data is the new oil. Okay, so siapa tak ada, rugilah. Okay, so what is data? Okay, so data senang je. data ni dia daripada zaman-zaman ancient dulu dah ada dah. So at the ancient world here, as you can see, as early as 19,000 before Christ, data stored on clay tablets, zaman dulu lagi. Okay, then by the 1600s, dah start early interpretation. The word data first saw English use, formed into a language that we can understand. And then death records by London parishes, the earliest form of data analytics. Okay, from that lah. Okay, then move to the late 1800s, data processing problems. US Census asking for more about the populace. So they have to work with more data. So how to analyze? They have to find a way on how to analyze. So the Hollerith desk was used to harness the power of punch card. So dulu they analyze and keep data masa tahun 1800s using punch card. So with the collected data represented as holes in cards, the machine could find the holes which could complete a circuit. A completed circuit would move a dial by one. So this reduced the time taken to complete the 1890 census. Hollerith's machine made it possible to process and analyze large amounts of data, and sure enough, punch card automation became a widespread way to collect and analyze data. Okay, and then in the 1900s, dah mula dah a question of storage. Where do you keep your data? How to keep data? Okay, magnetic tape was invented for recording purposes, and by the 1960s, the idea of cloud computing was envisioned. Belum ada lagi, but the idea was envisioned, and data management was created in the 1970s. Okay, alright. So in the 1990s pula, the internet datang. Okay, Sir Tim Berners-Lee created the internet in the 1990s, and Google Search was born in 1997. Saya baru tingkatan 1 masa tu, the Google Search was born. Okay, alright. So now where we are now is the growth of artificial intelligence, ethics and data use. The age of data is already upon us, the oil of the present day, and increased awareness in data collecting, using, security and storing. So I'm sure we face a lot of challenges. Okay, with more advanced technology, datanglah all this data security and how to store data, semua. It becomes very adamant now. So the need to protect data applies beyond the present day. Okay, it also needs protecting for future generation so that they can learn from all what we know today. We're also looking now at different uses of data as it helps us train artificial intelligence systems. It's helping computers act intelligently. This means that data has played a key role in the creation of technology such as facial recognition and natural language processing. So today's data is powering tomorrow's innovations. Okay, all right. So before we go much further, tak kenal maka tak cinta. So siapa yang baru join today or did not join my previous session, so for the benefit of those participant, I will share a bit about CATS. Okay, so CATS ni we experience in supporting the development of Malaysia's digital economy. So we are orang panggil apa, an advocate for digital punya transformation. We remain committed to support and ensure the digital leap is taking place dalam organisations kat Malaysia lah. So what do? We create awareness to individuals and organisation. We to curate adoption into individual organisation, maksudnya scaling up reskilling ataupun upskilling efforts through enterprise adoptions and national buy-in. And we also create ecosystem sustenance and expansion. We build a sustainable data professional ecosystem and expand CATS regionally. So just nak cerita lebih sikit pasal ecosystem ni, okay. So from this ecosystem sustenance and expansion ni, CATS AI was created, our CATS AI. So siapa yang pernah join my talk memang pernah dengar pasal CATS AI. This platform provides an ecosystem of skills learning through our learning programs within the platform, talents to find jobs or companies to find talent. Okay, and education and government agency to become enablers, providing grants, funding, support to build data talent community all through one platform. So as you can see here, I pun tak nak go sangat jauh. 2014 we were founded by our CEO and founder Syarahla X-Ray. 2016 Data Star in partnership with MDEC was created. 2017 we got accredited by Informs and Board AICB, and now we have partnership with Penjana, Protege, Siri, Perkesa, MTDC, and also as I mentioned earlier, the creation of the CATS AI platform. Okay. Alright. So one more basic what we have to go through adalah all this happen and further effort were made due to the Malaysian Digital Economy Blueprint. So I'm sure most of you are aware of this blueprint. Okay. So as we know, objektif satu adalah to increase digital users, objektif dua to increase digital talent, and objektif tiga to create digital ecosystem which selari dengan what we have created earlier before even the blueprint was created by Malaysian Digital Economy Blueprint. Okay, right? All right. So let's move on to the topic for today. Okay, leverage the power of data to upskill workforce. But before I move on to this topic, who can share with me their opinion on what if Malaysia doesn't come up with the My Digital Blueprint? Okay, let's have 2 minutes. Let's interact in the chat box. Kalau Malaysia tak buat digital blueprint ni, what's going to happen? What would happen? Who can share with me? Adakah kita akan ketinggalan? Are we going to be left out in the digital transformation race? Will startup digital transformation startup ataupun will businesses in Malaysia masih ditakut lama? So you can share your perspective. Lesser foreign investment, correct? Yeah. Thank you Sukyan. When a country doesn't adopt digital transformation, foreign investment pun tak ada. Thank you Prof. I bagi tik-tik sikit, tak sangka dah bagi jawapan semua. Okay, tak apa. I like to help bagi to initiate conversation. Okay, anyone else? What would happen? Okay, tak apa. So basically that would happen lah. Unless siapa-siapa yang nak bagi dia peace of mind, please just chat in the chat group. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so before I go further, just nak share lah the importance of upskilling through this short video. So as you can see just now, kan, they mentioned just now, if you can catch what she said just now, that uncertainty is what we feel now. But sebenarnya benda ni dah dirasakan in the 1920s. In the 1920s. So what does it mean by that? That means it has still not been addressed fully. That's why uncertainty on jobs, on economy, on talent is still being felt nowadays. So sebenarnya in the 1920s dah ada dah, much of the machine makes idle hands, employment will greatly increase, industrial output points of the inflow labor saving device underlying cost. So the fear of becoming replaced by automation has been there in the 1920s. In the 1950s pun ada automation in Britain stirs unrest in labor. In the 1980s pun ada robotic dah start being mentioned that can replace manual workers, and in 2017 will robots take our children's job? Okay, all right. So yeah, Prof. Datin, thank you so much. Upskilling of Malaysia focus more on upskilling here focus. Okay, all right, thank you, Prof. Okay, so how do we overcome this fear of being replaced by robots for menial jobs? Okay, kita akan look further, but before that, who can tell me what menial jobs are? Who can share with me? Share with the group. What are menial jobs that yang paling orang, these people will be the ones that would be fearful most about being replaced by automation? Menial jobs. Any examples of menial jobs that you know? One example I have in mind adalah, obviously based on the newspaper cutting here, the factory workers. Okay, so there's a lot of dip in manual labor in factory workers due to automation. So keep the chat box running. So while I'm talking, you can share with us your answer lah. What are the menial jobs? Okay, all right. So by 2030, all jobs in the workplace requires data literacy, data science, analytics, and AI skill. We are talking about 8 years to go. Sebenarnya tak panjang, okay, tak lama, right? Then artificial AI to create 58 million new jobs by 2022. As you can see here, rate of automation dia dah increase. Okay, every year it increases. As you can see, by 2018, machine punya automation 29%. By 2022, it becomes 42%, and maybe and as expected, as forecasted by 2025, 52%, more than half will be overcome by automation. Sorry. So 54% employees of large companies would need upskilling. Okay. 50% company expecting their full-time workforce to shrink by 2022 due to automation. 50% is a high number. Okay, and by 40% expecting to extend their workforce capabilities, and 25% expecting automation to create new roles in the enterprise. Okay, so we are moving very fast. All right. So machine and algorithms in the workplace are expected to create about 133 million new roles, but cost 75 million jobs to be displaced by 2022. New jobs are created, some jobs are displaced. You know, and 75 million jobs to be displaced is not a small number, according to a new report from the World Economic Forum. So it's not a number that we create ataupun we grab by the air. So this is actually facts by WEF. So this means that the growth of artificial intelligence could create 58 million net jobs in the next years. Okay, so by 2025, machines are expected to perform more current work tasks than humans, compared to 71% in 2018. Okay, so it's critical that business take an active role in supporting the existing workforce through reskilling and upskilling. Okay, so these individuals take a proactive approach to their own lifelong learning. Sendiri kena buat, and that government create an enabling environment to facilitate this workforce. So this is the key challenge of our time, and some of the fastest growing job opportunities across all industries include data analysts, software developers, and social media specialists. I'm sure all of you know this. Plus, jobs that require human skills like sales and marketing, innovation, and customer service are also expected to naik dah demand dia. Some of the jobs that are expected to go away include data entry, payroll, and certain accounting functions. Okay, so these are the three jobs that that will be displaced by 2025. Right. So as you can see here, we look further. On the ratio of human dengan machine working hours 2016 versus 2022. So to proactively realize the benefits of these changes, 54% of our employees will all need reskilling and upskilling by 2022. Yet, only 30% of employees at risk of job displacement from technological perubahan receive training in the past year. And those most at risk are often the ones who are least likely to receive any retraining at all. Can you imagine? So from data, we have identified the jobs that can be displaced, but still plenty and many of them are still not retrained, are not upskilled or not reskilled to survive the transformation. Okay, so creating a reskilling revolution will require obviously investment. So for example, transitioning 95% of at-risk workers in the US into new jobs through reskilling may cost more than $30 billion. So it's not something very cheap lah. So yet the private sector could today only profitable reskill about 25% of these workers, suggesting a need for business collaboration, government investment, and public-private collaboration to lower cost and reach scale. So semua kena contribute. The worker kena start, the company must initiate, and the government and kena contribute to make sure the smoothness of this transformation. Okay. So if business work together to create economies of scale, they could collectively reskill close to 50% of at-risk workers. So if government join this effort, they could reskill as many as 70% of all at-risk workers, while benefiting from returns on investment in the form of increased tax returns and lower social costs, including unemployment compensation. Okay, so when business cannot profitably cover costs and governments can provide the solution alone, it becomes important to turn to public-private partnership that lower costs and provide concrete social benefits and actionable solutions for workers. Right? Okay. So the fourth industrial revolution, kita punya former Prime Minister sendiri cakap, will change the kinds of jobs needed in industry. Our strong view is that as a nation, we must create the jobs of the future. So our goal must be automate work, but also to humanize jobs. Allow machines to do the dangerous and repetitive and ensure we humans have the capacity to do the creative, empathetic, and interactive jobs. Okay? All right. So before I proceed, again, I will try to interact as many and as much as possible. So anyone here can name any traditional business in Malaysia that has benefited by digital transformation. Traditional business apa yang dapat benefit, yang dapat kebaikan daripada digital transformation? Who can share? Let's have 2 minutes. Let's interact in the chat. Traditional business that benefited from digital transformation. Anyone? I can suggest one. I would say the taxi industry. So apa tu? I wouldn't say it benefited taxi, okay, but it create a lot of jobs for people to be in the industry of taxi, which is from Grab and apa tu Grab and Uber. Yes, Jehana, betul. Online retail, yes. Shopping semua on your fingertips. Okay, Shopee, apa tu, apa lagi ya? Lazada, betul. Correct, Jehana. Mio Taufik, yes, kuih online. Oh, kuih online. Oh, you can buy kuih online now. Yes, correct. Online business, Izwana, thank you so much. Yes, online business is everywhere now. Okay, so that is the industry apa tu of business that benefited from digital transformation sangat. Delivery, correct, Wang Suk Yen. Lala Move, betul. Yes, thank you so much. Izwana lagi, property rental. Yeah, correct. Property rental like property guru, lagi apa? Property guru, even mudah pun, mudah.my, although there's a lot of scammers kat situ kan. But yes, correct. Property rental. So, apa lagi? Mudah, yes, as I mentioned, right? So, thank you so much for the chat. Zuan, iProperty. Yes, betul, iProperty. Ini mesti orang apa tu? Apa tu? Property ni. Dia macam. Okay, so please keep the answer coming. Oh, lagi satu, if I can orang panggil apa, suggest used car sales. We don't even have to go to a used car salesman to sell our car. We have custom yang can help to sell your car higher than the market value. Okay, education, Lubna. Oh, our poll moderator pun nak jawab. Okay, very good. Education, yes, education. We can earn degree digitally. We can go for short courses digitally. Yeah. Alright. Custom tu yes. Eng Bung Ding, yes. Advertisement, yes. Alright. Tak payah tengok TV dah. Advertisement semua everywhere you go. You baru tekan Google dah keluar apa tu advertisement. Car rental juga, betul Izwana. Thank you. Very good Izwana. Thank you for TS Kamarul. Nikah online. So how does that benefit TS? Makin ramai orang senang nikah ke? Abdul Rahman, content creator marketing, yes. And Prof Datin agreed with me, yes, online learning, virtual seminar. Okay, good interaction. Keep it coming. Okay, so let me go further in the topic and focus on the trends of the job market post COVID-19. Okay, so let's share a video here. Tu dia. So to echo what we've what we've seen in the video, okay, the global pandemic dah bawa digital transformation 5 years forward. Okay, that means it has to be done earlier. Okay, so mass shifting of consumer behavior post pandemic urges corporations to take radical solutions in their daily tasks. However, the lack of talent skill in IT continues to be the problem on data-backed targeted marketing, The lack of talents also slows organizations of process of becoming data driven. So data driven is about making data analytics part of the business strategy, its system, processes, and culture. It's about creating a mindset in which analytics form the basis of all fact-based business decisions and are embraced by all levels of organization. Right? Mio Taufik, I'm very sorry, double sound echo. I'm very sorry about that. Tak apa, nanti we can share the video link. My partner Suyan akan help with that. I'm very sorry about that. All right. So moving on. So pandemic accelerated digital transformation by 5 years, which I mentioned just now. Okay. All right. So I want to really highlight about this one, the last point here, lack of data literacy skill. Yeah, as mentioned, what I said just now, dia melambatkan emerging the progress to become data driven. Okay. So as I said before, the demands are there, the supplies kurang. Okay. Right. So that's what caused the slow transition. So just to share further also, lepas post COVID-19, these are the emerging and redundant roles that was discovered after. So the emerging punya role here, we can see data analyst and scientist, strategic advisor, software application developer, and the redundant roles, not to say apa orang panggil irrelevant roles. The redundant role is where the roles ada too much supply. Okay, but the demand is lower than the supply. Okay, so that include data entry clerks, human resource specialists, okay, accountants and auditors, assembly and factory workers. As I mentioned, assembly and factory workers is one of the menial jobs that is rapidly being replaced by automation. Okay, so a data-driven organization should process three things. Okay, number one adalah digital leadership. So the leadershipnya level tu dah kena ada digital ataupun data literacy. So a culture in which everyone buys into the idea of using data to make business decisions. No longer, like I mentioned just now, traditional or guts. Buat decision based on guts, based on we do this 10 years ago, it works. We should continue doing it. No, data. Okay, then data literacy is the ability to read, understand, create and communicate data as information. Who should have data literacy in your organization? Everyone should have. Okay, then last sekali, infrastructure. About 50% of companies in Malaysia cite infrastructure funding as a key hindrance to digitalization. So only we are overcoming the challenges above that an organization can have the cultural change they need. Okay. Alright. So the issue dengan today's business adalah they obtain the technology first. Okay, so resulted in losses of financial and time. And to be sustainable, invest in data literacy for your talent that can help contribute to realize your vision and utilize the tech that you have. So this is where the main problem, tons of data, but no analytics is become useless data, right? So what is happening in digital transformation? Okay, so legacy business, dia nak transform jadi digital business. As I mentioned just now, dia banyak emphasis on technology, tapi dia lack of data literacy skills. So I'm going to move on fast here. Alright. So impact of COVID-19 on company strategy, 100% accelerate the digitalization of work process. Everyone is moving. Okay, then provide more opportunities to work remotely, yes. Accelerate the digitalization of upskilling and temporarily reassign workers and accelerate the implementation of upskilling. So the trend in Malaysia is how organization adopting towards the new normal. 100% companies, dia dah, macam I mentioned, dia dah start accelerating. Business manager have their work cut out for them, balance the immediate needs of their customers, employees and communities with a return to long competitiveness, and talents need to be upskilled to meet demands and develop expertise and literacy with the changes made to ensure the investment in digitalization doesn't go to waste. I have a question for the people today. Now, dah banyak gembar-gembur, we are back to normal. So how many of my participants here yang rasa that we shouldn't go back to normal, we should still work hybrid ataupun work from home? Give me your opinion. So should we all go back to office as normal? Is it safe now? Is it should we forget what have we discovered during pandemic where it does work? for working remotely. So please share with me your perspective. What do you think? Should we maintain working from home, work remotely, or is safe and is more feasible to go back to work on a daily basis? Or share, please share. From Izwana, yes, thank you. Hybrid is the best in my opinion. Betul, I pun rasa macam tu. Jehana Elmi, yes, we need to stay vigilant with SOP still. Agreed. Agreed. Okay. Walaupun there's a lot of apa tu orang panggil SOP has been lifted, but I still, at least myself and my family, we are still very much adhere to the SOP. We've been doing it for 2 years. That's correct. So to me, it works. So please more share your opinion on whether, like Izwana said, hybrid is still the best form of apa tu working. And Nadir, yes, I agree on hybrid as well. Thank you so much. All right. Okay. All right. Maybe not to all industry lah, but there are many industries that should continue with hybrid kan, in my opinion, because apa tu it can save a lot of cost on the employer, in my opinion lah, and some has been factually discussed and generally. So Izwana pun cakap attend physical office only when necessary. Okay, thank you. Izwana is very active today. I'm very happy to hear from her. Okay, so Richard Young, hybrid mode but to avoid rigid hybrid with many hard rules, pay cuts. Agreed. Ya, bagi hybrid tapi janganlah potong gaji kita kan. And Prof Datin, I totally agree. Okay, all right. So your organization lives and breathes with data. Yeah. So what kalau your organization is data driven, so data literacy is very very important. So the successful data driven organization categorized by data literate workforce. So dia punya workforce that will determine the success of a data driven organization. Okay. By data literacy, we mean the ability of everyone within the organization to be able to read, write, and communicate with data. Data literacy is for techies and non-techies. So still many maybe outside TS dengan TC today rasa macam data ni is only for technical people. No, it's for all. Okay, in a data, if a data scientist knows machine learning but not be able to communicate inside adequately, then obviously there is a limitation with respect to their skill set. Agreed. Betul. So walaupun techies macam data scientist very technical, but they still need to have the ability to communicate their finding to the general masses. And everyone in any organization deals with data. So the goal of data literacy program is that everyone should be included and be part of the initiative, right? Okay, so data literacy skills are set to boom in the next 2 and 5 years. So I congratulate many of our participants today. Memang they go through that transformation already, but still, as reported by WEH dan juga LinkedIn, still many yang haven't reskill or upskill themselves in this area lagi. Alright, so are you ready for it? Okay. So to explain further how a successful run data-driven organization, so I ambil one case study, a bank in Sweden called Handelsbanken. Okay, so so how digital are you? Okay, a study of Handelsbanken, Swedish bank. Dia is Handelsbanken is one of the most profitable banks in the world. Okay, so why 85% of big data projects fail? Why most fail? Leadership trouble, C-suite pandang ringan, dia involvement to carve out problem statements. Poor communication, the C-level fail to effectively communicate crucial strategy leading to project failure and money wastage and time also. Ambitious intention, company often counterproductively overreach to become data-driven. Target besar sangat tapi tak tengok whether they are capable of doing that or study betul-betul whether they have the capability to meet their goals, and lack of skills. Okay, 30% of big data project punya failure start from inability to embed big data analytics into workplace culture. So you come up with all this, you get the big data, you get all this machine, blah blah blah, tapi your workforce are not ready for it. So the human capital must start first. Okay. So for traditional businesses, leadership should build and shape organization culture that will allow for long-term sustainable performance. Bukan one-off 6 months ke 1 year ke, then nothing happens after that. Okay, so why analytics is crucial? It's not setting up a BI team, but it's not just going digital. There's a whole lot of process behind it. This is why 85% analytics projects fail. Okay, so businesses need to empower people, as I mentioned just now, human capital in greater degrees to unlock capabilities and strong culture. How to unlock? That's the question that becomes the bigger question. How do I go digital? So how do I go digital? Okay, so from their transformation, how they run things, it resulted into better performance. So performing better than average of every single year, 10, 15 years, even with the 2000 year crash, still performing with high profitability. Hansel Bakken juga, dia punya unique strategy adalah ability to empower people, personalized service, to give personalized service in every delivery, and each individual will be treated differently based on their financial needs. And how do you handle the risk? Comes with decentralization in decisions, carefully designed organization. That is Hansel Bakken. So the main point here is to adopt the right culture. Okay, so culture is what guide decision. Okay, in the absence of policy. So this bank punya natural assumption is that I trust first. Okay, then your natural assumption is trust first. Then you don't have to have incentive plan of KPI. They will do the right thing by the business, and they start with the assumption that people want to work and want to do the right thing. So the culture is very important. Okay. Right, so adapt strategy plus digital without disrupting, but substituting and also complementing businesses. Okay, we're not replacing anything. So same, another case study adalah a leading bank, I'm not going to name which bank, in Asean with 43,000 plus employee. So dia punya legacy traditionalist punya cara, organizational silos, changing perceptions, altering mindsets, change to future proofing workforce through sustainable digital transformation. Okay, so moving towards digitization, better organization alignment, realizing true potential and clearer overview of digital capability. So that really helps from transforming. This is what has been realized. Okay, so first kali organization ready, no more silos, new organization value, new spirit in banking, tech savvy, data-backed decision making, implementation of high-tech solution for customers, client-centric, upgrade in customer experience, and agile operating module, cost-effective implementation of new changes. So there's nothing bad here. Okay. When you don't do, you tak ada benefit langsung. You rugi je. So if you do this, it will only come with lots of benefits. Okay. So how can you start? Okay. How can we start? Okay. So another video I'd like to share. Okay, so as you can see, cats is the can make it happen for you. Okay, so upskilling the way forward. Okay, so how do we the transition into becoming a data-driven organization? It starts with the data leaders, decision maker in adapting data initiatives to proper organization. Because it has to start from the top. Then data professionals, the executive team, personnel working on implementing initiatives, and data citizen, where the workforce of an organization yang akan implement and adapt data initiatives for the betterment of your organization. Okay. So as I tak nak go through banyak sangat, so data leaders, obviously the ones at the chief lah, the chief level. So these are the people that will be the main custodian for creating a strong data ecosystem of the organization. Okay, so dekat CATS we have a learning pathway for this. It's called Data Literate Leadership Framework, and defining data professionals. So as many of you all have, or many of you know, okay, CATS do provide learning pathways, technical and non-technical, for our pathway here, ADA, Associate Enterprise Data Analyst, EDE for Data Engineer, EDS for Data Scientist, and EDA for Data Analyst. Okay, so Suk Yan can share later at the end. They can share the link to our website so that if you want to upskill or reskill yourself, come and join us on our website. Okay. And data citizen, as I mentioned tadi, for the workforce EDP, you do not need technical punya acumen, you do not need technical punya background. You can learn and become data literate through our EDP punya learning pathway, which is the Enterprise Data Practitioner. Okay, so to summarize, okay, non-tech can start with EDP, tech can start with ADA, and we also have full course we have modular, we also have hybrid based on what you need. We also have online class, we have physical, I'm not sure we already started yet, but it is an option, and also hybrid. And we have partners with universities to KPT grants. So far, we have about 6 to 7 universities that we have worked with to make this effort reality. And our platform Cats AI can help open the door for you to gain skill, jobs, and talent discovery. So do visit and do explore our platform. Okay, it's free. You can enter. You tak payah bayar apa-apa to enjoy the basic feature of our platform. Okay. All right. So Cats as advocate for data skills learning. Okay, so this one I just share. You can screenshot ataupun apa tu my ref will share with all participants later. So if you want to learn about how to get your organization to become data driven, okay, you can start visiting and you can actually go to the links provided by Sukyan dekat dalam the chat box. Okay, all right. And you can also learn further on how your organization fit in the data-driven organization spectrum. We use Elephant to actually label where your organization is right now. So level 1 and analytical limited, 2 level 5 data-driven organizations, meaning that you have adopt AI ataupun digital transformation successfully. Okay, so again, you can visit, you can take this QR code and you can go straight to our website. Okay, as Sukyan mentioned, dekat dalam chat box pun, please read further. Do join us again. I have to emphasize that. Okay, so again, true transformation happens when everyone in the workplace can think, breathe, and speak data. Agreed. Everyone has to be data literate to make sure any digital transformation works. Okay, as I mentioned uh, throughout my presentation today. Okay, again, you can visit our website to expand your data literacy skill. If you are not macam going for the learning pathway yang macam I mentioned tadi, you can actually get yourself upskill on this modular, by modular on our website. Just go into Cats AI, get yourself registered, get yourself access, and you can upskill yourself based on what you need. Okay, all right. So join KSAI community. Okay, as soon as possible right after this. Okay, siapa yang dah join, thank you so much. Actually, from our last webinar, we have noticed that quite a number have joined KSAI from the previous group. Oh yeah, and we also would like to share, get recognized as the top 25 data scientists in Asia, ASEAN. Okay, so the participants here, siapa-siapa, you can nominate yourself ataupun your data scientist colleague that you feel is above and beyond and should be recognized in the industry. Go to our website here, thecats.com sunrise 25, where you can nominate yourself or your colleagues to be nominated and receive the award for 25 Cats Sunrise. Okay, all right. So companies are aggressive hiring data literate students. Are you the one? Okay, go to our Cats AI, get job placement and be trained as a data professional, right? And want to speed up digital transformation from a data science team. Again, over 200 job ready data star to my participant here yang ada company ataupun part of an organisation. Please to become our partner, our data star partner. We have ready made talents and data literate, data skill, that are ready for you to hire. Okay, we do have. Okay. All right. So join our Cats AI also from our social media ataupun direct in the Cats AI platform. Drop any questions you want, we can answer for you. Join the community, be part of the community. You are not alone out there, right? So thank you so much for the time spent with me today. Despite all of your busy schedule, I think we have 4 minutes left. Okay. So if you have any questions or would like to discuss on the subject matter today, I'm not sure whether we still have the time. Please drop in the text, or you can actually connect with me on LinkedIn, or you can drop an email to me if you want to share for me to share the slide cepat ke apa ke. Just email to me. No problem. If you don't have questions, I would like to say thank you so much. I'm all about building relationship and partnership. So siapa yang rasa nak join makan ke minum teh, makan kuih ke apa, just drop me dekat LinkedIn ke apa, then we go out. Dah SOP pun dah kurang kan. So we can go. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for being such an awesome crowd, and a lot of interaction. Love it. I hope we can do this again in the future. Thank you. For moderator, back to you.